switch it up a little bit. Audible. This episode of Sweat Equity is brought to you by FreshBooks. Go freshbooks.com/sweat. Gets you a 30-day free trial of the invoicing accounting software where you get the direct deposit next day. Ching, 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 ching. Go freshbooks.com/sweat. Gets you the discount on getting that software and hooks this show up. That is our featured sponsor. Our other sponsors of the show, ExpressVPN. Try expressvpn.com/sweat. Gets 3 months free out of an annual subscription to anonymize, to not be tracked on the internet.
You got it.
Roan. Try roan.com/sweat for the best workout apparel. You want to look clean? You want to look financial district-y?
The most financialist district. This
20% off using the tryroan.com/sweat or the promo code BRIDGE20. Trygrasshopper.com/sweat. You need a business phone line. Don't have a Google Voice. Don't have a business, your brand's kind of phone number go to your personal where you go, hello?
Hello, Mom?
You need a separate phone
that okay?
app. I have my business line on my phone. I don't need two phones. I'm not a drug dealer anymore. Trygrasshopper.com/sweat gets you $75 off. $75. What podcast is giving you that? No one. None. I don't know any. And lastly, Warby Parker, warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. 5 free pairs to try on at home. Get ridiculed by your family, dwindle it down into a pair that is average on your face because your face is stupid.
It is
warbyparkertrial.com/sweat. And you can get your prescription glasses done and you can get your sunglasses done. I am running out of steam. I'm your host, Law Smith. Sitting here to my right, number 1 in your playbook, number 4 in your hearts, Eric Reginger.
4?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Oh, we're doing the show now? Is that what we're doing?
This is Sweat Equity, pragmatic entrepreneurial advice and dick jokes, the number 1 comedy business podcast.
Arbitron rated. All right, I'll just do it then.
Arbitron,
What about my
Billboard,
sweat
all that
equity?
stuff. Howdy, Toddy.
Sweat equity.
Let's give it up for
What's
our
sweat equity?
guest,
My sweat equity.
Hummel.
My sweat equity. What about my sweat?
Damn.
You want to? Well,
No,
all right,
I mean,
we'll
that was-
record it now, but
that
I'm
is
sorry.
brutally honest insight about yourself.
Now it's without context, so you can't really go from here, all right? So.
No, that's okay. We're not going to relive the moment. It's gone, but it'll live in
Exactly.
you forever.
Let's try it again. Come on. From the top, guys.
No.
Are we going now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't prepare anything at all, just letting you know.
Hey,
So
yeah, that's kind of our gimmick.
You're the guest.
okay. Cool. Gimmick is no plan, then I'm all about that.
Yeah.
You're the guest. Just let us, just let us.
Just relax,
Woo
baby.
What are
me?
some
Are
questions
you gonna
you
woo
want?
me?
So-
Okay.
So we were just looking at the news. Saw Bubba, your new team, Bubba the Love
Yeah.
Sponge. and
Because I was
crew.
fired from my last job. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Yeah, jump
So
right in.
what happened? What happened? Now,
Did you actually say Anna's name and credentials or
I
anything?
will.
Or?
When we do
Oh,
the,
I will.
when we do the ad read, I'll
Oh.
throw it in there.
Okay.
I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went on the show she's talking about that she got fired from a bunch of times.
Yeah. Not in the last 4 years, though.
Yeah. Johnny B's show.
Yeah, but not when I was on the show, is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay.
But I did want to come on and talk about how bad of a Bumble date we had on air.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been awesome. And
Nope.
how a gay,
No hiding.
a gay
I want to hear all the
after
details.
the Super Bowl at whatever that shitty Jimmy Buffett bar is, and a gay dude hit on me while I was waiting for you, and I was like, "This is a bad sign."
That's
And
not
he
bad. That's
and
not
he was our UPS guy at our office at the time. He's like, "I know you."
That
And I was like,
guy?
fuck. Yeah.
He's gay?
not the big guy that retired. His backup QB.
Either one of them is gay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What can
I was very impressed that you knew Theo Vaughn. That was cool.
Oh
as
yeah,
fuck.
I asked who your favorite comedians are, and you're like, you dropped 3 of on. I was like, let's call him right now.
He's not my favorite, but at the time I was like really getting into him. What is this podcast called? This week, last week, tonight, this last weekend, something like that.
Yep. And the king and the
Yeah,
skin.
and I was really getting into it, and I really hadn't like appreciated the brilliance and the uniqueness of Theo Von yet. And so I was going like hard in the paint, like down the rabbit hole. And he's just unlike anybody else out there. Like he's just his own fucking shtick.
Well, you'll be happy to know you got me on a big Jay Okerson kick, and I've been listening to the
he's the
Bonfire
best.
like illegal feeds on YouTube.
All right,
Yeah,
hold on. So
yeah.
you had a Bumble date and then busted out that you knew Theo Von and then said,
that's
let's
it.
call
No,
him.
I-
And it
yeah.
still went bad.
I texted him, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Still went
Yeah,
bad.
he responded back, and I was super impressed with that. That was pretty fucking.
And then it went downhill, though?
She looked down at my legs
But on the side,
and
we
knew
went on a
there's too
second.
much power.
Okay, now he's already
We-
talking about his
we-
own ass.
We
Already.
went on a
You
second
just got done
date.
talking about your ass.
Mhm.
You did
But
go on a
I-
second date. Okay, sorry.
We did go on a second date. I just felt like, I mean, I think you're still technically married, right? Like,
Technically, but
yeah, but
well,
this was like
agreements
a
have
year
been in.
and a half ago. This was a year and a half ago. So
Yeah, my
it
head.
was like
You're right. No, my
super
head
fresh.
wasn't good. Probably
Your head wasn't good,
the
and
the top one, the high one.
yeah, and I could sense that it wasn't in the right place. You were damaged.
You wanted no part of that. You were damaged.
I was just
I could
like,
sense that you were like all fucked up. So like, I
Yeah,
didn't
and
want
it's
to go
like-
out with you again. Is that
no,
weird?
No, she didn't want to deal with like me just blathering on about bullshit, which is unfair to her because it was like, "Do you want to know? I'll tell you," and then just would go in. Like,
but that was my
And
fault.
then
I
you
mean, I
started
said it
crying.
somewhat out of like courtesy, you know.
Well,
But I think it was just too much, and I like didn't know you. Like it was our first
Right.
date, and I'm hearing about like
well, so
your divorce and
so
the
I
wife.
thought
I'm like, that
I
is a
mistakenly went
Oh,
went
God.
on the persona of, well, I could just talk to her very upfront, and that was not. You still can't do that
Turns
if you're
out you
going
were
out.
completely wrong.
Even though we both kind of speak our mind.
Well, it's not about like speaking your. I think that there just is like certain like
we should move on.
periods when
We can
things
move
are
on.
appropriate. Yeah, like
So what about
if
you getting fired?
certain things you don't really want to hear about
well, like
for
right
an
off the bat,
hour.
oh, like if I would ask you like a question and then you give me an honest answer, like that's one thing. But it was just
But you were
I
lying
could
the whole
tell
time.
that you were not okay.
Yeah.
And I can't. I'm not here. I'm not like a fixer-upper kind of girl. I know some girls that are like that like fixing guys. I don't like fixing people. I go, okay, he's broken. He needs to get fixed before, you know.
That's a whole psychological issue. in
Yeah,
itself.
I'm not.
I like to
I'm not
fix the broken
girl.
guys. That's fucked up.
No, that's not my
No,
game.
you don't-
I
yeah,
have
that's-
other like issues, but like that's not one of them. So
Well, I'm
Yeah.
great now.
Now look at just look at him now.
Listen,
Look at me,
I mean, you can tell he's great now. You
fucking
know,
killing it. Well, no, I got a hold of you once you got fired just because I was curious, A, how you were doing, but B, you know, I always like hearing radio drama. I think it's interesting for some reason because it's such an archaic
it
industry.
really, yeah, it is for sure. I remember when I thought, here's an example of
Well, can we give the
of
backstory?
my low self-esteem is when you first called me. I'm like, is this a butt dial? Like,
Yeah, I was like,
Why are
no,
you
I'm
calling
calling you
me?
as
Oh
a
my
friend.
God.
Is that weird?
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is Law Smith really calling me? Jesus, I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean,
Anna,
we
that
hadn't
sounds
talked in a
real.
long
That's really sad.
time, and my name is an A. Sometimes it's like I'm trying to call my friend Andrea.
Ah,
and, like,
yeah. Okay.
I get that a lot. So,
Wow.
but yeah, so I got fired from my last job. June 10th will be the day that will live in infamy. For some tweets, some ill-placed tweets. People really aren't in the mood to laugh these days, I suppose.
We'll
And my
probably
tweet
laugh
was,
at him. Can you read him?
yeah, I'd be happy to.
Oh yes, good.
Yeah,
I don't
got
know.
nothing.
Let's get your voice out
So
there.
it was actually.
I'm
it
gonna
was
let
two-
you grade these.
Okay.
Okay.
I actually
have-
should have. I didn't really do any research on these tweets. They're not like horribly
No,
racist or
don't.
anything. They're like,
Yeah,
No,
what if they
they're-
were like pro,
yeah,
like
I'd
super
be like, holy
racist,
shit!
and you're like,
stop recording.
That would
They're not racist. They're
They're real.
racial. but,
that's strike one.
not
They're
racist.
correct.
Yeah, it was
strike
basically
one that
okay.
white people say.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
To be
I'm
fair,
gonna
she's
find-
Jewish.
Oh, here I got
She's
it.
the
I got
chosen.
it. Okay. So there's a little bit of a backstory here. Are you familiar with Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream brand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So, yes.
Aries decided that they were going to dismantle white supremacy, as we can see.
Which
you can
is
see.
who we all look to.
I know
to
that's
do
like
that. You
mirror image.
know, it's like what's
Yeah, so
Ben and
basically
Jerry's gonna do about this?
dismantle white supremacy, which I thought was hilarious because I'm like, you sell ice cream, so what do you have in the business of dismantling white supremacy? Which I don't even. I mean, it depends who you ask, but I mean, I don't really think that's a thing in this country. But okay, that's fine. It says Ben and Jerry's, and
Mark
they say
that.
here the murder
that
of George Floyd. This
For
is
the-
June 2nd, so this is 1 week after George Floyd was murdered. Okay, the murder of George Floyd was the result of inhumane police brutality that is perpetuated by a culture of white supremacy, and they post that. Okay,
Heroes.
and then I demand, and I quote tweeted it. This is really a throwaway one. I demand you put out a new flavor dismantling white supremacy. Perhaps, quote, kill whitey, fuck you, police pigs, a vanilla-free mocha ice cream with chocolate chips, caramel swirl, brownie bites, and a hint of cinnamon. Maybe it was the hint of cinnamon. I don't know. So that was tweet one. So there were two tweets.
Still
The
not
second
that.
one-
Still not that
Not
bad.
bad.
The second one, well, the second one is much worse. This is really the one I got fired of.
Okay, well, all right.
This is the one
So-
Twitter didn't like.
This is now on June 3rd. Okay, again, probably about 8 days after George Floyd was killed. Then I sent this to a friend because it's not funny, but it's interesting. Autopsy report confirms George Floyd had coronavirus. So I tweeted that I'm like, if they try to pin this as a coronavirus death, I'm gonna loot myself, suggesting that they're pinning a lot of deaths as corona when they're not corona, blah blah blah. So it's like, how insane would it be if a guy had his knee on his neck for 10 minutes and they're like, oh, he died of coronavirus? That would be insane. So I posted that with the link, and then that was really what did me in. That was the nail in the coffin.
That's not that bad. That is not that bad.
You're you're a
We were
funny
talking
guy,
about it
you're
10 minutes before
get
this.
it. But here's the thing, though, is that it was an inside job because
Okay,
I
well, now
posted
you're
both of those
losing it.
things on Twitter, and it elicited zero response from any listeners or anybody on Twitter. It was someone internally that complained. I know who it is. I'm 98% sure I know exactly who it is. But I guess there's no proof, and my boss wouldn't tell me who it was, even though I fucking know who it is, and he's in burn in hell. But
So it's like high school drama, right?
Yeah.
That tweet was
Even though I fucking
rarely
know,
had an
even though
impression.
I know who
that
it was.
that tweet was such a
No, you
1 out of
didn't.
10 that Twitter didn't rank it well enough for anybody to see it. And
yeah, it was such a throwaway. Both of them were throwaway tweets, but
Yeah, there was way worse stuff on Twitter that day.
yeah,
Guarantee
yeah.
you.
So
I didn't-
that's what I like, that she's deducing that it's definitely high school drama, and radio stations are all high school drama of adults. They're just they're basically children.
Yeah,
that run
with
the
cool
place.
jobs that they're just, creating shit out of thin air because.
Well, there's a lot of egos in radio, and there's really, especially at can I say where I worked? You don't care, right?
It's up to
Why
you.
would we care?
Okay, yeah. So at the Bone, there's a lot of
For those outside the
it's-
area,
it's
Tampa
all
Bay's
day-
FM
Huh?
station, the most popular FM station, talk radio. We have people
whatever.
We have people
Yeah,
outside the
but-
area. I got to set the table.
It
know?
really
Yeah,
is the
so-
only FM talk.
It's-
It
well,
has a
I mean,
talk
it's
morning show that's
only-
worth the shit.
It really is a unique format because there are very few. Maybe 5 in the country. That's all talk radio all day long, and nothing is syndicated. So it's not like we're getting a show from, Pittsburgh or something like that. It's all in house, and so you got a lot of most people on the payroll, say 97X, which is one of our sister stations. We got 3 people. On the Bone, there were 20 personalities. So there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of people. There's a few people at the top making money, and then everybody else is just making shit. So you got a lot of jealousy. You just got a lot of ego, tension, people fighting for dominance, a lot of alpha personalities. So, the more that you can kick people out, the higher your standing gets. And that, I feel like that's kind of somewhat what happened to me. And it's not like they replaced me. They're not looking to make any replacements. They're really just trying to cut costs. And I guess I was, disposable.
Very convenient for you to tweet that at that
But now
time.
I'm working for Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah, and
all
and
good.
things kind of worked out in a happy accident kind of way. So you were
Yeah.
Bubba
A
the
week
Love
later,
Sponge.
yeah.
which
a week later I was employed with
That's
Bubba,
awesome.
1 week. Mhm.
right in
Yeah.
a
So, shout
time
out to
when
Seth
radio
Goodman.
jobs are not aplenty, right? When 900 million podcasts exist,
That's not a real number. I don't believe that.
That's the number,
that you
bro.
Say all the time. I don't believe it.
that
It's real.
St.
That
Rogie said
seems-
it, so it's true.
Oh,
He knows. He knows all.
Sounds like a high number. That's all.
That
There are podcasts.
Yeah.
and
It's definitely
look
Patrick.
that
What?
Bubba. I grew up on Bubba. I don't know
Dude,
if you did.
I was raised on. I mean, Bubba
Yeah.
was. I mean,
He was the shock jock.
Oh yeah,
90 shock jock to a T.
annoying with like
the
being
Fisher
Ned
King
all
was-
day.
The Fisher King was like kind of about that kind of style.
Anytime somebody like their race is announced, I was like guilty.
93.3
Like Ned would,
FLZ.
whenever they'd read news stories and they'd be like a Hispanic man, and Ned would guilty.
I didn't
right
know
away.
that guy was doing
Any
a voice
race other
until
than white.
I didn't know that guy was doing a voice until like last year.
Wow, really?
I never looked into it. I didn't know there was a guy doing a character. I thought there was an old guy in there.
Nah.
I want to
Yeah.
look. I want to believe. I want to have fun.
I mean, man,
I wanna be a silly goose in the
guy
morning.
is super talented. That's crazy that he does that shit.
So-
I mean, to me,
So how's it going in that atmosphere? When I talked to you, you're like surprisingly really good, and they're honestly really respectful, which is good to hear because his persona, outside, I always like hearing that like he's an actual good dude, and so is the team, and you're learning how to twitch, right?
I'm learning how to Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is definitely what pays the bills at Bubba Radio Network. But I'm getting more comfortable, but I'm still. There's obviously a different dynamic. I was very used to working with the guys that I worked with at the Bone, Johnny Bell and Will Koontz. And what our bond was really special because I did not feel like the token chick. I know how the formula works in radio where it's like you got 3 or 4 dudes and they're crazy, and then the chick is the one that like pulls them back. and is like,
1025 should have that. They should have that on their morning show. 1025 should have that.
Yeah, they still do. Yeah, and I definitely don't fit into that
Totally tried that.
archetype. So at Bubba, or sorry, at the Bone, I wasn't a chick. I mean, I am identify. You can use gender pronouns, her, hers, what she, whatever. But I was just another person on the show. Now I can maybe count on maybe like one hand in 4 years when they were like, you're a chick, Anna. Like, what say you about this topic? I was just another person,
Mhm.
which I fucking liked. But on Bubba's show, like they're really trying to like. I mean, Bubba. You raised on Bubba. You understand that anytime there's like a chick, he's gonna try to make it, uncomfortable or sexual or ask you like questions and shit. I mean, even today I was getting grilled on stuff, and I'm so not that. I don't feel comfortable. Like Law can attest
But
to
you
this.
also realize that's what makes it good
so-
too. That you're uncomfortable is weird.
Yeah,
that
and
makes
I
it
know
so
that
much
that makes
better.
good- I know that makes good radio, so I'll like lean into it.
What did
They'll
he ask
me,
you?
like, oh, just any sort of sex, this and that,
Probably
and
about
have
your
you ever
pubes.
done?
I'm guessing
I-
about the pubes.
I do like that.
Not that we want. Don't tell us about it. I was just saying.
I do like embarrassing Anna and going, you're really beautiful, looking really good. It'd be nice to like hug naked. And she'd be like, oh, come on.
That's
Stop
what.
that shit.
Yeah, that's embarrassing for you. Why would
No,
you say
imagine-
that? That's so.
I just want to
bad.
say just crazy shit because it makes her blush and just
But
like,
be
shut
more
the fuck up.
creative, dude. God.
God, I haven't
Yeah.
taken an
Hug-
improv class in a while.
I want to hug naked.
Yeah, I want to
That
play.
is the weirdest shit I've ever heard you say.
I want
You
to play a
actually
game.
said- did
I
he
want to
actually
play a
say
game
that?
of hide the dick.
Anna, did he actually say that to you? He wants to hug naked.
Probably, yeah, that is not out of character, but like Bubba is like that, except like 10 times more intense, where it's like,
He's gonna
like
push
today
it.
he was like, oh, do you think the G-spot is a conspiracy? Because like apparently I'm labeled like the conspiracy chick, which is whatever, that's fine with me.
Facts.
They're trying to label me as something because they're like, they don't know what quite to do with me, and I get it, because I think the girl they had on before was like more like TNA, like, tits in your face, yoga pants, like, kind of like used her sexuality as a
Yuck.
crutch, where I don't have that, and like I don't have a sexual bone in my body, like in public, where I'm like, hey, what's up? So, yeah, I get really awkward, and they like that I get fucking weird. So, yeah, I'm just kind of getting used to the new crew, and it is a bit different going from like a seat 1, seat 2 to like a seat 3,
6.
4. Yeah,
4.
so that's kind of,
Sorry.
I'm learning.
I haven't listened in a long time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely like a seat. Sometimes a seat 5. I don't know. I would say 3,
Hey,
4.
you're in the room. That's
I'm
all.
in the room.
Hey.
You're
I've got a
employed.
camera in my face, so that's good. But yeah, so I'm just kind of still figuring shit out, and it's gonna take a while, and I've just kind of accepted that. And I go up and down. Some like today was a great day, but like I think last Thursday or something like was a really shitty day, and then I'm like, why am I even in this business? I suck. Like I'm my own worst critic, and I don't believe anybody's compliments ever unless I feel like I did good. Like today I felt good and I was like, we're good.
That's
But
good though. That's
But
good.
if people tell me I do good, here's the thing.
You look good.
And this is something
Radiant.
that people
Wanna
do.
hug
especially
naked?
guys do. No, this is what guys do, and I get it, and it comes from a good place, but it makes me feel like a child. They'll be like, "Oh, you're doing so good. You're doing great.
Look
Like,
at you with your little radio gig.
And that's like weird to be like, that's sexist. You're telling me I'm doing good. But in all honesty, I know I didn't. And they're just being nice. And they're like, she's a girl. Be nice to the girl. And I'm like, don't fucking lie to me. Like, tell me I did shitty. I can handle it. I'm so anti-participation trophy culture that when I know I did bad or I didn't say anything or really couldn't contribute and people are like, oh, you'll get him next time. Like, you got it. And I'm like, shut up. I suck. Like, and then I go home and I just go like, why am I on radio? But then today was great. And I'm like, this day was great. So.
Do you know why today was great?
Yeah, because I really, I'm feeling more comfortable, like, getting in there and, like, maybe stepping on people a little bit, because there's, like, 6 of us in the room, so there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
You
Sometimes
gotta
you
stab in.
Right, you just gotta sniper it in. And another thing that's really bizarre with Bubba is that, I can't see anybody's face.
Oh,
So
yeah,
there's
they're all in their little cubbies.
Like Terry
in their
Gross?
little-
Yeah.
That's
it's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. That'd
So,
be
and
weird.
There's
I also
camera.
can't see Law's face either, really. So
I missed your face.
Yeah, but like I don't know, you have like good proximity and you can use your peripheral.
I can see him out of the corner
yeah,
of
if he's
my
gonna
eye.
punch me, I'll kind of
There's
see it
only
coming.
2 of you, and there's only 2 of you.
And I'm wearing
Whereas
my blue blockers, my Sam Rossian blue blockers, so I can,
Oh,
I
okay,
can
so
see
maybe
him.
you can't see as well. So yeah, so that's also just like an interesting twist where I can't really pick up on like at the Bone. You've been in the room, Law. Like you'll just go like you'll raise your hand or make eye contact or whatever, but like you can't do that there. So
Yeah.
you just gotta like it's like you're blind and you just gotta like you're like
Yeah,
just like
that's-
like Helen Keller, but you can hear. So Ray Charles would probably be a better example, and you're just listening. And you're just waiting
You're like
for like
Daredevil of radio personalities.
Yeah, and then there's a
Blind.
camera in front of you, and you can
He's
see
blind.
yourself, but there's a 10-second delay, so you're looking at yourself 10 seconds ago, so that's not helpful. So it's just kind of different.
Yeah.
Look, it sucks to be a new person on a team anywhere you go work.
Yeah.
Right? So like
100%.
it's tripled the amount of like intensity because everything's kind of scrutinized, whatever you're doing, and you.
At
Yeah.
radio, you actually have to like be like interesting. You can't just be quiet.
Well, it's
you can't
it's
be
tough.
shy.
Where she's at, you gotta listen really intently and snipe right now because you don't want to.
Yeah.
You can't bowl anybody over because
Right.
no one wants the new person, and especially a girl gets scrutinized on air as a new person.
Oh, why are you so bitchy and bossy? Yeah, I get called that too. Why are you such a bitch? I'm like, I just think the government is lying to us. That's bitchy. Like all of a sudden I'm like a bitch, and I'm like, how's that bitchy? Like so negative and bitchy because you think the government's always lying to us. I'm like, that's not bitchy. Like what?
Here's where it unravels.
Bitching about with your opinions.
What else do
Yeah.
you think tinfoil
Like
hat?
say stuff and it's like so bitchy when you,
Yeah,
you
I
feel
don't know, and
feelings
I
and stuff.
Feel like I have like a hot take that and sometimes I mean don't get me wrong, I really enjoy playing devil's advocate just because it's fun to like flex your brain in a way where you're like let me argue something that's different. Most of the time I do believe what I argue, but sometimes I'll just argue for the sake of arguing. fun. And
Totally.
no one wants to listen to like six
There's the
people
female
agreeing.
perspective.
Yeah,
Just to argue
but
for no
so-
reason. Things are going great. We need to get in a fight.
Yeah,
Um,
but what
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this?
But
Yeah.
I agree the contrarian kind of logic. I want to see both sides of the
It's
argument.
different in radio than real life. Somebody who's doing that in real life sucks. But if you're in the, on the radio, it's another angle. That's it's not that bad.
But I always heard
Like-
Ralphie May talk about like punching up a joke. He'd have like a punchline, and then he'd go, "How did this person, the third person in the room, see it? How did the dog see it? How did someone walking by see this happen?" And like,
Right.
it opened it up a lot more. It made it funnier, and actually, in a weird way, made it more inclusive by adding all these other POVs and stuff. But it's good that you're not
Right.
getting pigeonholed into being like, you know, what vagina stuff's going on? Like
What
that kind of
tampons
shit.
do you use?
Yeah, I was worried you.
I
gonna
mean,
get-
don't get me wrong. They try to like push me in that direction.
but that's
often.
like Stern-esque. Like that's the shock jockey kind of way. Like
Yeah, and I get
You
it.
give 'em a
It's
little
like
bit, they're
his-
gonna
that's his
run with it.
brand, you know, and it's definitely like a boys' club, and so they try to. I'm getting so comfortable being uncomfortable, like it's not even phasing me
Yeah.
anymore,
There
which
you
is so
go.
weird to say.
Yeah.
When I'm like, I know they're gonna grill me, they're gonna ask me about like the G spot and like, oh, are you shaved down there and all this shit, and I just go, okay,
And?
well, and what? Like, here's the thing.
I said don't
And
answer the
I'm
pubes
sure-
questions. It was like 10 minutes
Yeah.
ago. I said don't even
I'm-
bother.
Manscaped,
Right,
that lady.
and I'm sure you
We're
both
above
know.
that.
Thank
So if you
God,
wanna,
yeah.
like, DM us
Yeah.
info or whatever.
if you want to send a clam, what do they call it? A clamgram? By all means.
Is that real? That's good. I haven't heard that.
I didn't make it up. I wish I did.
Um,
Not
What
that
was
good.
it?
Pretty good. That's like a 10
It's
out of
okay. It's all
I
right.
forgot. But there was some.
Because you're kind of embarrassed. That's why.
No, I forgot.
little bit.
I was gonna make a point, but I forgot.
That they're kind of pushing you to kind of talk about your lady bits and
Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. So I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, but if you sense someone as being getting uncomfortable, you're going to go in harder.
right.
So the trick is what I try to do, and sometimes I play into it because I know the awkwardness is fun to listen to. But if I really don't want to talk about something, I sound completely unfazed by it, just completely unfazed, and then that takes like their fun out of it. But sometimes if it's like something light and whatever, and they're asking me about digging in the butt, and I'll just like act all awkward and shit, and then they'll like they enjoy that shit because it's fun for them to
Do you
dig
feel
in.
the need to do a little bit of a character where it's like you play into it a little bit? You're kind of doing that thing where it's not necessarily completely off. I mean, they have a guy in the room who's faking an entire personality on the show, so obviously it's not
Unbelievable.
100% authentic. Like,
Yeah,
you feel
I
that
mean,
need a little bit.
You're like 10% more of yourself, right?
I would say 15. Like I always say, it's like yourself, but
okay.
dialed up like 15%. And sometimes like
Controversy.
you do play into shit. If it's you're playing into a character, or you're acting like you're really insecure about something or really confident about something, and you're totally not. Like I do that too sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just being myself. And if I'm feeling uncomfortable, like you'll feel it too. I'll just be like, I'll just make these weird noises, and so. Like Bubba's played on that as well, and he'll play like this SpongeBob laugh, and it sounds eerily similar to my own laugh when I'm uncomfortable. So it's fun, it's good. Listen, it's a move, I don't know if it's like it's a move up, but I'm definitely more money, and it's listen, a lateral move is still a move. I would say I moved up. I'm doing mornings now and making more money and have more opportunities. So I mean, that's got to be a win.
You failed upward, baby. Look,
Yeah.
that's
Just
the American
based on
dream.
the two shows that I know, Bubba definitely way better. I mean,
But I mean, really, like he is one of the legends of radio.
Dude,
So it is kind of cool. No matter, a lot of people talk shit about him, but it's still like I still respect him. I don't, I'm not I don't have Bubba Army truck nuts on my car, but
well, I mean, there's like 5 dudes in the whole country that all had these like crazy things that were like huge,
And-
epic,
and
like
always interested in like
things that happened in radio.
he went all the
And
way
he was one of
down.
them.
He was all the way up, went all the way down, went back up. You know,
Yeah.
I love kind of hearing that story out of him.
Yeah. Definitely of I mean, even today he was he sent Howard Stern a painting that he painted, a Bubba original,
No
and like
shit.
he caught
I didn't
they
know
got
Bubba
the
was
clip
painting.
from
Eric's
Howard
got a
talking about it
chub.
on his show. That was so cool.
What kind of
So
painting?
like Howard is,
What kind of painting was it?
like an abstract.
Oh
Dude,
shit!
you know what it
Eric's
looks
gonna
like?
jerk off right
What?
now.
You know what it looks like? To me, I told him it looks like wrapping paper. Like it looks like he just put
That's
wrapping
what Eric
paper.
does.
I don't do wrapping paper art.
Acrylics.
Let me get the
Like-
Dick series.
Like oil painting, like you just kind of like
You and Bubba, dude, you do the same kind of art.
Yeah, we'll hug naked together and do art.
I can't
Yeah,
believe you hate that hug naked line.
I
so much.
mean, obviously it worked really good. She won't even like be in studio. We had to Zoom call it because you're so creepy.
Because I couldn't get my shit together to coordinate this. Wait,
I'll
before
do
I
the
forget,
show, but not the same room as Law.
Before I forget, I want to ask the question we try to ask all our guests. What advice could you give your 13-year-old self? You know,
Wait,
either
wait,
professionally,
we're down to 13?
whatever. I'd like 13 because it makes it open up to silly comments. But what advice could you give to your younger self? That it could be professional or it could be just yourself personally.
Peasant.
I'm trying to think. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say probably that. I'm not gonna say like, oh, love yourself, because like I'm.
Did you
still
walk on
fucking-
eggshells a lot growing up?
I was a really good kid, and I was really obedient and scared of authority. I was like a perfect kid. I'm not bragging. Like I really was. You can like you ask my parents. I don't know what happened. I went to
Sounds like
college
it.
and shit changed.
Well, we
but-
have your dad right here. Comment it. No.
Oh, hey, Phil. But I would say that you just fucking don't everybody, this is going to sound like cheesy as fuck, but like everybody's path is different. And when people give you advice, you don't have, that's not the law of the land.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like,
Yes.
let me like,
Yes.
for
Yeah.
radio, I remember talking to this guy. This was when I was in Michigan. He was like worked for some company and he's giving me some advice. And he told me that if I wanted to do talk radio, I would probably have to spend at least 15 years doing overnights at like a country music station before anybody would let me even sit at the table. And 6 months later, I had moved to Tampa and I was on a show and I didn't have to do any fucking overnights doing country. Now, if I would have listened to that, I would have stayed in Michigan. I would have said, oh, I have to pay my due diligence. I have to, do promotions for 7 years, like all this bullshit. And when I heard that, I go, fuck that. I'm getting out of this fucking city. I'm moving somewhere else. And I figured it out. And 6 months later, I was doing the job I wanted to do. I didn't listen to this fuckface, even though he had been in the business for like 15, 20 years. That was his experience because he was like a little nebbishy beta bitch. Okay. I have a lot of animosity towards him, but like he was just
What's his
beta
name?
bitch. Seth. Not Seth Kushner. It was a different Seth. A different
Not
Jew
Seth.
This happens in every kind of organization, right? There's always that shitty guy that's like, you didn't have it like
Might
I
as well
did.
give up.
There's no way you could do it like you're supposed to do it this way, and it's like
The guy that's obviously already failed.
right,
And
yeah,
it's just
is projecting.
mailing it in and doesn't want anybody to do good.
His butthole's tight. He's talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, his butthole is tight.
It's puckering. He's
Obviously,
worried about losing his job
uh,
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, and someone had recommended him, like me talk to him. So another guy I respected was like, oh, talk to Seth about, getting in the biz. And when this guy's telling me like, you're going to have to do this for 15 years, like promotions or overnights or some bullshit. I just remember thinking, fuck that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. And I just was like, I'm cutting the line. I don't know how I'm going to cut the line, but I'm going to fucking figure it out. And I did, because I was willing to move. I was willing to do different things that other people weren't willing to do. So if I would have listened to him, I would have been still fucking doing overnights at, WRIF in Michigan, like which fucking -20-degree weather in the winters. Like absolutely not. So
We-
that would be my advice. Just because someone gives you advice, that's their experience. That's not how it has to be.
Right.
If that-
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of innate that we all pick and choose advice, like I don't
Yeah.
like the friend that asks me for advice just to hear the answer he wants to hear eventually.
Right.
You just run down all the scenarios. That's annoying, but like
You don't agree with me?
I think we all kind of cherry pick a little bit because if advice worked like, hey, I want some advice on XYZ, and then you told me something and I go, okay, cool, I'm going to do that now. Like there's no wavering. I'll just be able to do it. Then we couldn't, it's one of those things. It's like you got to keep in the nautical beacons kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You do
Yeah.
what I tell you anyways.
What?
Right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, I mean,
I'm
just
a
saying.
I'm a
like,
gimp and I live in the
I give really
studio.
good advice. I'm just saying.
Eric's had one too many Trulies, I think.
Truly.
Nice.
amazing.
I like
Seltzer.
the pink lemonade one is really good.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll kind of taste the same. But
When is the world gonna get your podcast, your solo podcast? When am I gonna annoy you about getting that going to the point where you do it?
Oh, I've been doing it for like a month and a half.
What? You're
Obviously, he's a fan.
You're not
big
promoting
fan.
it, are you?
Yeah, I posted on like Twitter and my Instagram and stuff. I'm still like
I don't follow you on that.
coming up. I didn't even really come up with like a name for it yet. I know that sounds weird, but it's
Okay,
just
well,
kind of
that
like
is,
my
yeah,
style.
I was
Okay.
on your side,
Yeah.
and then you don't have a name for your podcast. I mean, I got to go
Well,
back.
it's like just right now, it's just on a Hummel radio. The reason
Boring.
why is because, and I feel like there's no real like theme to it, so I'm still trying to like figure it out. But initially, it was just because when I got fired, everybody wanted to know what happened, and I just wanted to get content out there and explain. So
Good.
I did this whole thing where I was like, in 24 hours, I'm going to tell you the story of what happened, and I'm not holding back anything, and all of that
Nice.
like stuff. And then I had like all these people, like I got like 4,000 listens, like like it was crazy from having like no podcasts to like 4,000 listens because people were just like so interested. So then I'm like, well, I should probably capitalize on this momentum. So Will and I have been doing a weekly podcast. He uses it for his HMB radio, and then I use it for my podcast as well, which is just like on a Hummel radio, I guess, for right now.
Good. I like you all together. You guys all three of y'all seem like good friends when you're had Johnny
We
B.
are.
And then
I'm
it's hard. That chemistry's tough when you're really good. Like Eric and I, we have great chemistry, right, bruh? Perfect. And so,
What?
what did yes and those groundlings classes? Yeah. But you and Will are like
Wasn't paying
besties, and it definitely bleeds through when y'all are talking about stuff.
Yeah. We hang out on the reg, and we actually enjoy each other's company. So I hope that you can feel that through the speakers.
So what's the podcast on? Is it on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff, or not yet?
No, right now it's just on SoundCloud. I need to. 'cause
Okay, we're gonna
I
have
didn't
to
even
get
know
you
I-
straightened out like that.
Yeah.
I know.
We're gonna have to get you
We'll help you
squared
out with
away
that stuff.
yeah, that's.
I
not
mean,
gonna
I can do it.
If you got 4,000 listens, you're right. You need to capitalize. Get on it. Like
Yeah. I mean,
Get
that
it
was
out
just
there.
like right away. But
You probably need us as a
guys,
guest, to keep them.
filler. You need some filler guests.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to put it on more platforms for sure. I just started with that because I literally just wanted to get it out immediately. And I know that, I mean, I had my last podcast on iTunes, and I had to get like verified or vetted or something. It was like a process, and so I just wanted something where I could get it out like the next day.
Mhm.
And then, to be honest with you, I feel like I've just been like adding to that instead of like really trying to grow the platform. To me, it's just more about getting reps in.
And consistency.
So-
You're doing that, which is really important, because if people you
Yeah.
gained all those people and you just, didn't do anything for 2 weeks and then did a bunch of episodes, I
People
find,
would assume it was a one-time thing.
right. I
Oh,
find
she
that,
did it. She explained what happened, and that's the end of it. If you don't keep doing it.
yeah, I feel shitty. We weren't consistent with ours, and that's why this episode will go out a little bit later. We need to start banking some. Where are we on time? We
I'm
good?
sorry. I don't know. I've
You didn't look. You didn't look, did you?
No, we're. I mean, you know, we're.
Eric is silly.
Fulfilled the time that we normally fulfill. We're good.
Well, anything you want to ask us? No? Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming on. Good luck with Bubba. And all
Yeah,
that.
thank you for having me. And what was it?
I said good luck on Bubba and all that
Oh,
goodness.
thank you.
It sounded like you said,
you.
"Thank you for having
It's
me."
been an
And
interesting ride. And
what else did you want me to say?
All right, dude. I'll hit you up later.
all right.
We can go on a jog where I'm 6 feet behind you and just stalking you. Cool? Cool.
Okay. All right. Have fun. Thanks, guys, for having me on. I appreciate it.
See ya.
What about my sweat
Thank you.
equity?